Students, welcome to the first part of 8th lecture of Basic Electronics Engineering. I am Assistant Professor Sugandh Gupta, and in today's lecture we will discuss and explain half-wave rectifier. So before we start with half-wave rectifier, first of all we must know what is rectifier. Then we will draw the circuit diagram of half-wave rectifier and will try to draw the input and output waveforms. And then we will calculate the DC value of the output waveform of half-wave rectifier. So first of all, we should understand what is a rectifier. So a rectifier is a device, or it is a circuit, or it's an electronic circuit which converts AC into pulsating DC. That means it's an electronic circuit which converts alternating current into pulsating direct current. So rectifier is an electronic circuit that converts AC into pulsating DC. And so that is a rectifier. And a rectifier is of two types mainly, that is half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. So let's start with half wave rectifier. Half wave rectifier. Let us draw the circuit diagram for half wave rectifier first of all. We will first draw a transformer and then this is RL across which we will calculate the output voltage V0, and this is a diode, and this is 220 volt AC supply, and from the transformer secondary we will have input voltage, that is Vi. So this is the circuit for half wave rectifier. So let's understand the circuit, or let's calculate V0 for this circuit, and let's draw the input and the output waveform. The 220 volt AC supply which we are talking about, that is the input waveform, input. So that is the input voltage with respect to time, and this is an AC signal. This is an AC signal, 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. So this is an AC signal. One cycle corresponds to 2 pi because one cycle is that after which the signal starts repeating itself. So this is the one cycle, and after this the signal has started repeating it again. So therefore one cycle is from 0 to 2 pi in this case. Now we'll try to draw V0 just below it so that we can easily understand how do we get V0 for each of the corresponding Vi. Now first of all we will consider the circuit for the positive half cycle, and then we will consider the circuit for the negative half cycle, and for both the cases we will calculate V0. Now for the positive half cycle, whenever we need to consider the circuit for positive half cycle, first of all we should draw positive half cycle is like this, positive, negative. So this is positive half cycle. Now let's try to find out V0 for this case. As you can see that the diode is forward biased. In the previous lecture also we have tried to solve such type of networks. First of all we determine the state of the diode, whether it is forward or reversed, and in this case we will assume the diode to be ideal. So we will replace the forward biased diode with a short circuit simply, and will replace the reverse biased diode with an open circuit simply. So in this case for the positive half cycle P getting positive, N getting negative. So it is forward biased. Now let's visualize this diagram in our minds. We will not draw the diagram equivalent circuits again and again. Just visualize that the diode is forward biased for the positive half cycle and it is replaced by the short circuit. So you can imagine a simple wire over here. Now current will completely flow into the RL because we have a short circuit over here. So what is the V0? I start applying KVL from a simple wire. Minus VI, I am applying in this direction. Minus VI, simple wire, no voltage across it, plus V0 is equal to 0. So V0 is equals to VI. So during positive half cycle, V0 is equals to VI. So let me draw the diagram like this. This was the positive half cycle which I considered up to pi, and it is equal to VI, means we will draw the V0 as it is, same as that of VI. So this is for the positive half cycle. Now let's consider the circuit for the negative half cycle. Do not cut these signs, just in the brackets for the negative half cycle we will put the signs. So above minus, below plus. So this is negative half cycle. Now let's consider the diode, whether it is forward or reversed. Diode is reversed now because P is getting negative, N is getting positive. Reverse. Now visualize the circuit in your mind as open circuit. Open means current in the circuit is equal to 0. V0 is the voltage across this RL. RL means whenever you need to calculate voltage across it, you need to multiply it with the current, but the current in the circuit is 0. So V0 is equal to 0. So this is the case for the positive half cycle. And that's the case V0 equals to 0 for negative half cycle. So for negative half cycle, we get 0. And again for the positive half cycle, we will get V0 equals to Vi. So this is the input and the output waveform for the half wave rectifier, and this is how we will draw it, and we'll try to understand the half wave rectifier. Simply visualize the circuit for both the cycles and calculate V0. This is what we do while understanding any of the circuits. So that was for half wave rectifier. Because why it is pulsating DC? Because it is unidirectional, only in one direction, whether in positive or whether if it would have been completely in negative side, then also it would have been considered as DC. So it was AC because it was bidirectional in both the directions. In positive and negative cycles you both have that, but in DC you had only the positive cycles, so that is why it is DC. So this is half wave rectifier. Why half wave? Because half wave rectifier is so called because it delivers power to the load only during one cycle, and during one half cycle it is 0. So it conducts only for one cycle, therefore it is half wave rectifier. So that was half wave rectifier. Now according to our contents, let's calculate the DC value also. So we'll calculate the DC value or the average value of output voltage of half wave rectifier. So let's calculate the DC value for it. Now, how to calculate the DC value? when we are going to calculate the DC value for the output voltage, let us draw only the output waveform of half wave rectifier. Pi, 2 pi and 3 pi. This was the output waveform of half wave rectifier. So if we want to calculate the DC or the average value of output voltage of half wave rectifier, first of all we will represent it as VDC, or you can also represent it as V average, but try to remember only one notation. So we usually remember VDC, and it is equal to the area under one cycle, area of the curve under one cycle upon base. So it's given by area under one cycle upon base. So we remember the formula like this. And if we want to calculate the area under one cycle, first of all we should understand the one cycle is from where to where. One cycle is from 0 to 2 pi, because after 2 pi it has starting repeating itself. So one cycle is from 0 to 2 pi. So base is simply one cycle distance, that is 2 pi. Base is simply 2 pi. And now we are going to calculate area under one cycle. So whenever you want to calculate area under any of the graphs, what do? You integrate it from 0 to 2 pi, and sorry, it's omega t, and you calculate V naught d omega t. V naught d omega t. So now let's break this integration into two parts from 0 to pi. What was V naught equal to? From 0 to pi, V naught was equal to Vi. Let me correct it here also. It's omega t. Now what is Vi? How could you represent an AC signal? We usually represent an AC signal as Vi equals to Vm sin omega t. Isn't it? We usually represent an AC signal as Vi equals to Vm sin omega t. So therefore, from 0 to pi, V naught is equals to Vi, and it is equals to Vm sin omega t d omega t, plus from pi to 2 pi, V naught is 0 d omega t. So this part will be completely equal to 0. We are left only with this part. Vm is constant. Sin omega t d omega t, that is cos omega t. From 0 to pi. And it will be equal to Vm cos of pi minus cos of 0. Sin omega t integration is minus cos omega t. So I put the minus sign outside. Cos pi minus cos 0, and it is given by minus 1, that is minus 2 and minus into minus 1, that is 2, and here comes 2 Vm. Now let's complete it. We have got area under one cycle as 2 Vm. The formula was area under one cycle upon base. So I will write the formula again. You have calculated the area under one cycle as 2 Vm. Base, put it as 2 pi because for one cycle, and it is equals to Vm upon pi. So here we have got the DC value for the output voltage of half wave rectifier, or the average value of output voltage of half wave rectifier. And the signal, the input signal that we have considered earlier could be a current signal also. Therefore, the voltages that we will calculate will be analogous to the currents. That means if we want to calculate the DC value for the output current of half wave rectifier, it will be equal to Im upon pi. Same as that of it. Vm will be analogous to Im. So this is how we go. So the important thing is that VDC that we have calculated for half wave rectifier is Vm upon pi. We should always remember this. Pi, if you put it as 3.14, you will get 0.318 Vm. But it's more easy to remember. Vm upon pi is more easy to remember. So we have calculated this. So it's more easy to remember Vm upon pi. So that's all for today. In the next part, we will calculate the RMS or the AC value. This time we have calculated the DC value for the output voltage of half wave rectifier. In the next part, we will calculate the AC or the RMS value of output voltage of half wave rectifier, and we'll also calculate the efficiency of half wave rectifier, which is very, very important for us to know that how much efficient is half wave rectifier. Thank you all.